Hello, welcome to another book review. The book review I put together today is 5 books for retirement. These are retirement strategy books I'm using and should be helpful with anyone trying to retire or doing some retirement planning. First book is 5 Years Before You Retire. Looks like it is by Emily Birkin. 5 years down. And I read this book. This book is the best retirement book I've found, primarily because it looks at 5 years before you retire, which would be around 60, 65. And retirement's complicated issue. Lots of unknowns, and so a lot of people don't do their best until they're ready to retire, then it's too late. So 5 years, about if you're expecting to retire in 5 years, this is a good timeline, I think. So I recommend start off maybe reading the book and considering just doing your best until about 5 years, and maybe then you have a more serious plan. The next book um, is 4 Hour Work Week with Timothy Ferriss. This book talks about reducing the time you work each week to 4 hours, from 40 hours, 80 hours to 4 hours a week, which basically is a good retirement strategy. If you can take whatever you're doing now and um, somehow reduce it to 4 hours a week, um, you're going to be in a uh, good place during when you retire. You may work after you retire part time, and this book is an excellent way to consider what are you going to do when you retire, what are you going to do after you retire. 4 hour work weeks, those sound pretty good, and so reading his book should help you plan better for retirement. Next book is Bad Days in History, Michael Forum, and I've read this book, and it is kind of in a journal as the third number 3 book, and it has all these bad things that have happened in history. And depending on where you're at, what you're doing, you could have good days, you could have bad days, but most likely you will have some bad days before you retire. And this book will help you maybe keep a good perspective on where you're at as far as retirement, whether you have a lot of money and issues to worry about, or you don't have a lot of money and issues to worry about. This book will help you, I think, strategize and not be too serious about retirement um, until maybe 5 years before you're ready to retire. And then maybe it's better to have a really more serious plan at the 5 year mark, um, instead of worrying about too much when uh, you have plenty of time. A lot of people, they don't worry about retirement because there's plenty of time. A lot of things can happen from now till 65, now till 69. Next book, number 4, is number 2 book. Sorry, fourth book, number 2 book to read for retirement strategy is by Donald Trump, Think Like a Billionaire. And this book I selected to help with retirement strategy because it is basically a how-to book, how Donald Trump did a lot of things. Basically, a how-to book on a lot of subjects, including um, finding a good loan, um, negotiating good loans, how to have a diversified stock portfolio, assets, how to invest your money, a lot of how-to books, basically of how Donald Trump did things, and I think he wrote this book when he was a Democrat. Um, so overall, though, it is a good book, good advice, and it leads to my next book for retirement strategy. If you wanted to think, well, over the years, I'm like, how to think like a billionaire? Who is the billionaire that I would want to think like the most, or is the easiest billionaire to think like? And that answer has been, to me, Warren Buffett. The Warren Buffett Way is the book I'm recommending, number one book for retirement strategy. Robert Hagstrom, Investment Strategies of the World's Greatest Investors. This book is really good. It goes over details of the stocks Warren Buffett invested in to create Berkshire Hathaway and his logic, uh, his investment logic, and how he thinks when he's making investments. And of course, Warren Buffett, he has had a lot of success with his business investments and is a billionaire. And the way his investment strategy is, it could help with retirement strategy as well. So those are the 5 books I'm recommending for retirement strategy. They depend. It doesn't matter how old you are. Hopefully, you've got maybe 5 years until you retire. You're not ready to retire today, but um, yeah, my guess is do your best until you're got about 5 years, and then maybe consider um, the things in this book 5 years before you retire. Get a little bit more serious um, with your retirement, and good luck with your retirement strategy.